This is part 2 of the anime. If you have not seen part 1, click the link in the description. When Lucius arrives at the Emperor's house, he finds an amazingly decorated palace. Because of the Emperor's high status, he is told he is the only one allowed to enter the palace without getting killed. When Lucius finally meets with the Emperor talks about how much he loves Lucius and his work, which helps him be more comfortable. The Emperor expresses his goal is to keep peace and conquer more land in the name of Rome, but the other people in power do not agree. He wants Lucius to build a private bathing room in his palace because it will help make anyone who visits feel happier and more understanding. Lucius agrees, and as he enters the pool trying to figure out how he will get the water to enter and exit the pool, he finds himself in a toilet in modern-day Japan. He meets a woman that works at the showroom and she explains the modern technology of a bathroom. While looking around, he sees a television but believes it is an aquarium. He even uses the toilet and discovers that it has an automatic flushing system. Just wait till he finds out about heated toilet seats. Lucius returns to ancient Rome and he recreates all the new things he saw in modern-day Japan. Because the Emperor loves the bathhouse so much, he suggests that Lucius should follow him on his trip to Jerusalem. Although Lucius knows it will make his wife unhappy, he decides to follow him anyway because he has his priorities figured out. While in Jerusalem, they come across a king named Adrian. Adrian and his people have been fighting for the past 3 years because Adrian tried to build a new town in Jerusalem, but he is not being permitted to. Personally, I wouldn't let that slide, but that's just me. The soldiers in Adrian's army managed to poison the soldiers from Jerusalem, but they, unfortunately, don't have a bathhouse to relax and heal after such a massive win. Lucius decides to build them a bathhouse, and as he is completing it, Apollodorus praises him and tells him his grandfather would be proud of him. Lucius hurts his back trying to help out and falls into the spring. He wakes up in a healing spa and he is forced to lie down because of his back pain. Lucius once again wakes up in modern-day Japan and he realizes that the ground is warm and they build a lodge that is heated geothermally. He discovers the lodge is for people who need healing physically and the warm ground is responsible for this. With all this thinking, he decides to eat stewed bamboo shoots and drinks an expired drink. Because it is expired, he thinks that it is poison. The people notice the state he is in and decide to give him hot spring water to help him recover, but he thinks they want to kill him. Now I'm starting to wonder what was in that drink they gave him. He replicates the healing lodge and heals the soldiers. They win the war, and thanks to the healing spa, Lucius becomes the Emperor's exclusive architect. Lucius returns to Rome to see his wife. On his way to Rome he stops at a tavern. He is disgusted by the poor hospitality of the tavern. The food is bad and the bathroom is poorly maintained. He slips and falls while trying to have his bath. He finds himself in a hotel that houses both males and females. He is shocked and tries to leave. He is given a robe and he is told to stay in the hotel for the night. He returns to the hotel and receives good reception. A woman who works in the hotel teaches him how to use a chopstick and he enjoys the meal. He is taken to his room and finds out that it can be used as a workplace and as a place to sleep. He feels much better and realizes he no longer feels the fatigue of the journey. The employee tries to seduce Lucius, but he slips back to his time. He applies his knowledge and renovates the tavern. The Emperor stops by the tavern and enjoys the services rendered. He finds out it was the work of Lucius. Marcus and Titus talk about Lucius and his impact on the thermal industry. Lucius makes repairs to a bathhouse his grandfather built and his father provided maintenance for. Lucius tells the owner that a full renovation is required, but the bathhouse is going to be closed down due to poor sales. This is due to the arrival of some foreign soldiers with poor regard for the bathhouse rules. He confronts the foreigners, but he is punched in the face by one of them and he plunges into the water. He is back in Japan and he is impressed by their dedication and respect for the bathhouses. The soldiers are also teleported to the bathhouse in Japan. They disturb the peace of the bathhouse. They fight with Lucius and he is furious with their attitude. He decides to have a duel with one of them, and they are evenly matched. He teaches them how to properly use a bath using the pictures on the wall. These pictures show the rules and the foreigners understand the etiquette of the bathhouse. Lucius is back, and he has Marcus make stone sculptures stating the rules. Marcus comes with a new stone and Titus comes in with his son who aspires to be an architect. Lucius is summoned by the Augustales Society, a group of emaciated slaves, for a job. He is accompanied by Marcus who begs him to take the job. They meet the leader of the Augustales Society and are taken to an open space. They are given the plans of the bathhouse. His plan involves building a golden bathhouse with lots of vulgar details. Lucius hesitates. But Marcus convinces him to take the job. Lucius doubts the people would like the golden bathhouse. The leader infuriates him by saying after the emperor dies he can work for him. Lucius tells him off and tumbles into the water. An architect is asked to renovate Tsukimi Hot Spring into an ancient Roman-themed bathhouse. The owner has some crazy ideas that are not found in ancient Rome bathhouses. Lucius meets the architect and decides to help him out. He rejects the pawn and makes a new design drawing inspiration from the moon and the temple on his shirt. He teleports back while he washes his face. The renovation is a success. It combines luxury and simplicity, giving it a traditional and Western look, paying homage to Princess Diana. Lucius applies the same knowledge and builds a beautiful house. The emperor adopts a son to rule the empire. His name is Lucius Aelius Caesar. The Senate requests Lucius to visit the emperor's villa. He arrives at the villa, devastated because his wife left him. Lucius sees a man being obscene in a public place. He is disgusted by his actions. His man turns out to be the emperor's son. The emperor requests Lucius to build a large bathhouse for Aelius to solidify his claim to the throne. He goes to Trajan to receive inspiration for the new bathhouse he is about to build. He meets Apollodorus at the bathhouse and they go inside together. Lucius asks for tips that can help him with his construction. Apollodorus teams him, but Lucius does not have respect for Aelius because he is a womanizer. They are interrupted by children playing in the bathhouse. Lucius decides to be creative and build a bathhouse for children to play in. He is hit by a child who tries to jump over him. He resurfaces in a water park and he is instantly hit by a woman. He found out that nudity is not a thing here and the waterfall is not meant for relaxation. He discovers they have a different pool for each age bracket and concludes that it is a training facility. He tries the massage chair. And he is given a fruit-flavored milk drink. He decides to try the waterfall. He decides to build a bathhouse with the heap of Marcus for adults and children in order to train them. The waterfall starts to cause an argument between the adults and children. But a boy named Marcus versus settles the dispute. Marcus is very intelligent. He figures out how the sides and pool works. It is revealed he was chosen to be the next emperor, but he is too young. Marcus has AAA it takes to rule, unlike Aelius, who is only gifted in decision-making. The emperor plans to get Aelius to rule. Marcus comes of age to take over the empire, but to do that the people have to trust Aelius, and that is the reason for the construction of the bathhouse. Aelius comes up with a plan that allows everyone to enjoy the waterfall. Everyone is happy and Lucius believes the future of Rome is in good hands. The Senate doesn't want Aelius to rule. They believe he will continue the peaceful reign of Adrian instead of expanding their territories. They decide to plot against the emperor by sabotaging the bathhouses that make people happy, and they want to achieve this by getting rid of Lucius, who is still sad because his wife left him. The Senate sends him to the hot spring on Mount Vesuvius. He is attacked by bandits. But they let him go after they find out he wants to build a bathhouse. The bandits help him clear the hot spring and he gets into the water. The bandits are not satisfied with the hot spring as Lucius promised them a treasure. Lucius dives into the water and appears in Japan. He appears in a town in the mountains. He steals a kimono. The town makes a fortune by having a hot spring and selling food and souvenirs. He enters a shop and buys instant ramen. He likes the taste. And the fact that it is instant. He pays with paper money. He builds a town with the heap of the bandits and put them in charge. The emperor rewards him by happily getting him reunited with his wife. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen. And do not forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. Kindly like the video and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon, so you don't miss any new videos. And at last, I will say, stay safe, stay well. Thanks for watching.